What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of the G.O.A.T Talk podcast. We got a good show in store for y'all today. Let's just go around and introduce ourselves real quick before we get started.
Yo, it's your boy, Bryce, the one and only, man. Come on, man. You know the vibes. You know how we rocking.
It's Charlton right here.
And y'all know who I am. So we got what we have today. We got football, we got basketball today. We're starting with the three big contracts that were signed in the offseason. And since he's a Cowboys fan, we're starting with Bryce to talk about Dak Prescott's contract and how terrible it was. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, yeah, let me
Big Jerry
pull
hat.
it up.
It's a franchise tag.
Yeah, I know. It was like, how much was it? 31? Was it 31.5?
It was 28.
28. What point?
Yeah.
What?
No.
20.
It was.
Does he deserve it?
Well,
yeah, but I think they should have. Well, as a Cowboys fan, when you have a favorite team, you always dislike and you like and dislike your favorite players on the team. I mean, we offered him 5 years, $175 million extension.
I think the biggest one was like upwards of like 35 guaranteed, something like that, and he turned that down.
He'd be what? Top 5 most paid, highest paid quarterbacks?
Yeah, because
he wanted
Russ,
to get paid.
Big Ben, A-Rod,
Carson Wentz.
No. Goff is above Wentz because Wentz is like 32.
Yeah, he wanted to be paid more than Jared Goff.
I mean, he should be.
But remember, Dak wasn't a first-round pick. Like, that comes with the territory.
Well, I think him being a fourth-round pick.
Nah, I mean, I feel like as long as you prove yourself in that point, and he probably, like, when you think about the Cowboys, him or Zeke's name, the first name that come up anyway. So it's just like,
yeah,
no matter what round you was picked in, shit, fuck it, might as well. He balling out.
I
forgot. My bad.
Nah, I think I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so they gave him the exclusive tag, which is $33 million, over the non-exclusive tag, which is $28.
Right.
I don't think either side won though. Like I don't think
anybody wins in this situation either.
Actually, here's what I think. I think like should this actually be the Cowboys' year, even though they've been saying that for the past like 20 years? Like, should this actually be the Cowboys' year and they actually go to the Super Bowl and they win it all? Then Jerry wins because he gets a Super Bowl for $33 million, and then Dak Prescott after that, the money that he asked for, he'll probably get. But
but that's only if he leads us to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like
he can't be getting carried by Zeke.
This ends up as like a regular Cowboy season where like they go like 10-6 and lose in like the first or second round, or like don't make the NFC Championship. Dak
they gotta let him walk.
Is going to be in a because this isn't going to be like the Redskins. Like the Redskins put Kirk on the tag 2 years in a row. Jerry's not going to do that, especially with the depth that they have at quarterback. So like, yeah, if Dak wants his money, he's either going to have to win the Super Bowl or he's going to have to go somewhere else next year. He's not getting his money from Jerry unless he wins a Super Bowl. Right. Like I would say NFC.
Either. For me, when it comes to Dak, I don't think it should be off of. I want to base it off of Super Bowl, but the team on paper looks like. I mean, it's just like, oh, this is a great team right here.
The Cowboys have
that's the problem with the Cowboys. The team always look good on paper. It never translates on the field.
But this season was the coaching. Like they got,
I was just about to say, because they got a whole new coaching staff, Mike McCarthy up in there. You know, he worked for Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest.
Big Mike.
So it's like, I mean, maybe he could. I mean, because Aaron Rodgers wasn't really like a running type of quarterback. Well, not a mobile quarterback.
Oh, okay.
He was more of a mobile quarterback later in his career.
Yeah, he's got.
I'm pretty sure
backwards. How his mobility is so backwards.
Yeah, like he wasn't running at first, and then when they starting to become like a great team and start going to Super Bowl, he's running on the field like. So I'm pretty sure Mike McCarthy couldn't because he changed out of nowhere. Because then you figure out he's starting to run, I can just make up new plays right then and there. But now he got a quarterback who can throw and who's mobile.
Yeah.
And then with Jason Garrett, they wasn't running no mobile plays. They run like a quarterback draw, some dumb option play.
I don't like the Cowboys. I despise the Cowboys because they're annoying. But like last year, the Cowboys probably could have went to the Super Bowl. Like if you think about it, like if they would have called their plays better, they could have made it. I don't think they would have won the Super Bowl, especially if they were going to play against the Chiefs. But they could have made.
You're talking about last year?
Yeah, last year they could have made the Super Bowl. Like
that's another thing with the that would be probably like a later conversation we could have about how it's always you can kind of predict the winner of the AFC, but you can never predict the winner of the NFC.
I think it every year.
Yeah, because the AFC and the NFC it's much like the West and the East in basketball. Like the NFC is much more tightly together. Like there's always like at least 3 or 4 contenders every year in the NFC. And for the past 20 years, it's just been the Patriots in the AFC, and now it's good like the Chiefs. Like we know that it's either going to be the Chiefs or the Ravens in the Super Bowl next year. Like that, there's no one else in the AFC that has.
The Ravens ain't going nowhere, bro.
No, look.
If you want to talk about like teams that are most likely to make the Super Bowl, it goes Ravens, Chiefs, Ravens, and then everybody else.
Yeah, that. But then again, people were saying like, bro, who would have thought that the Tennessee Titans would have made they way as far as they went? Well, they went based off.
I mean, Vrabel was a disciple of Belichick, so
right. So
Tennessee also
it was only right that they would have won.
Tennessee also didn't give Derrick Henry the money that he deserved for carrying their team last year. Which
he got
4 years, $50 million. That's like
how much?
He got 4 years for $50 million.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's like a.
Would you say
tight end contract almost, if that?
Would you say he's top 5? Right. I mean, it's only
is Derrick Henry a top 5 back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say Derrick Henry is top 5. I think. I wouldn't go as far as say he's top 3, but he's
yeah, I wasn't about to say top 3. I thought about it for a second, but then I had to realize.
I'd say he's if you want to rank the 5 best running backs in the league right now,
right?
It's Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, Dalvin, Zeke, and Derrick Henry.
Sure.
I wouldn't put Dalvin over there. Nick Chubb better than him. Dalvin had that miraculous Nick Chubb. I put him over Dalvin because Dalvin has.
I think the thing that hurts Nick Chubb though is the same thing that hurt Zeke last year. Like the coaching in Cleveland last year was incompetent. So he didn't really. I mean, he had his big moments, but like he didn't really perform the way a lot of people expected him to. That wasn't his fault though. But
right,
I could see Nick Chubb being in the top 5 though. I could see Nick Chubb being in the top 5.
It's not that you can say that there's no wrong answer with the top 5 running backs unless you say like some outlandish stuff. But the usual suspects it's like the usual suspect
in top 5 right now.
Right, like I mean, you can't get mad at someone for saying that. Like,
yeah,
I mean, well, you can get mad because Le'Veon hasn't been in his bag since he was in Pittsburgh. Right?
I don't think Le'Veon is a top 10 running back right now. That's just not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either.
I wouldn't.
I could name
10, maybe 11 running backs better than Le'Veon right now.
Right. So yeah, having people like Nick Chubb or Dalvin Cook, Zeke, Saquon, Kamara, McCaffrey. Those, like, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of those answers in the top 5. Unless I'm missing somebody. I don't think I missed nobody.
So okay, so like if you're gonna build a team around a running back, who are you picking?
I mean, you can't go wrong. I think the top answers would probably have to be McCaffrey or Saquon.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that
you can do
yeah, I was about to say Kamara too, but then
he has a smaller build.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kamara, I feel like Lamar. I said Lamar. Kamara, he's better. He's better catching in the backfield and doing plays and like passing plays. Like him being involved in passing plays is better than him being in the backfield just by himself. Like when they had Ingram back there, and Ingram, yeah, you can go ahead and tote that for about 4 or 5 yards, and then if we got to pass it to Kamara, we got that right there.
What's crazy is he's had 81 catches in his 3 years in the league every season.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean you got to feed the guy the ball.
I think the thing that hurt Alvin Kamara though was Mark Ingram leaving, because Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara were kind of like what Derrick Henry and Deion Lewis are now in Tennessee, where like you could put both of them like if Derrick Henry's in the backfield, you know Tennessee is running the football, or like if it's just Deion Lewis, you know it's probably going to be a pass. If you put both of them at the same time though, that messes the defense up because they could run it or they could pass it. And that's what the Saints had when they had Alvin Kamara and Marvin Ingram. I mean, what?
Right.
Mark Ingram. But when he left, that just kind of shrunk their offensive capabilities down there.
Right. Speaking of like offensive capabilities, how well you think of a coach with the great coach of Belichick? How do you think Cam will respond in Belichick's offense? Or just being on the Patriots in general, matter of fact.
He's going to love it. They're going to be able to do stuff in New England that they haven't done probably ever. Like,
that's a fact.
For 20 years, like it took 20 years for Tom Brady to run for 1,000 yards in his career. Cam Newton's already done that and more. Like,
that's a fact, though.
There are things you can do with Cam Newton in your backfield that you just can't do with Tom Brady.
And that's another thing when the whole Brady era in New England was going on, they never had a backup quarterback who was like who just wasn't like athletic for real. They always had like sturdy kind of guys, like, you know what I mean?
Like Jacoby Brissett can run, but he's not known for being mobile. Like he's not.
Yeah.
Right. That's not his thing.
Yeah, like you don't call a read option with Jacoby Brissett or Jimmy Garoppolo on the field, because it's just not going to work if they have to keep it. That's just not.
And then the Patriots really thought, what was the backup quarterback's name? The dude they signed. Well, the dude they have
Jared
before
Stidham.
Cam. Yeah, I don't know. They thought I guess their fans thought, and their organization thought they can just go ahead through a season with him as quarterback.
I mean, they drafted him. Plus, they were really high on him. But
I mean, they could.
Y'all knew Cam signing was coming sooner or later.
It's not like they can't. I think it's more so because of like everything that's happening with like Corona and stuff. Like every team's going to need at least 2, maybe 3 quarterbacks on their depth chart.
Right.
Because like Bill Belichick and like their whole staff apparently is like in love with Jared Stidham. Now I don't understand how over the moon you have to be about Jared Stidham to start him over a former MVP and Heisman Trophy winner. Right. I don't know how many like whatever drug they're on, if they do start Jared Stidham over Cam Newton, I want some because they got to be great. But
there's no way they can. There's no way that's one of them situations where there's only one right answer. Cam has to start regardless. It don't matter.
I think the only way Cam doesn't start is if
he gets hurt.
Is if between now and the time that Patriots play week 1, he's hurt.
And even then, they still have Mohamed Sanu who can double as a quarterback. Now, he's not great, but
right.
Yeah, but when you look
at
option, their wide receiver core from last year, and the fact that that's the exact – you can't – they're going to need all the help they can get in terms of wide receiver.
That receiving core is kind of like when the Panthers went to the Super Bowl. They didn't have nobody.
Yeah, they didn't have anybody. They had Cam Newton. That's the Panthers going 15-1 that season was like one of like the luckiest 15-1s ever because nobody, first of all, no one in their division was really like they were good, but they weren't like good. Like they were when they were winning games, they were like us last year. Like we went 13-3 last year, and like at least 4 of those games, we shouldn't have won 4 of those. Like we should have been like 9-7, maybe 10-6 last year. We should not have won 13. The Lions almost beat us twice. We should not have been 13-3 last year. And that was like kind of what the Panthers had when they went to the Super Bowl. Like they were games that they should not have won that they somehow ended up winning.
Right.
But yeah, the Patriots might not win the division, but they're going to be in the playoffs though. That's for sure. They're going to make the playoffs.
So their division is Buffalo's in their division, right?
They got
so
the Bills,
is there,
the Dolphins, and the Jets.
Yeah, I think the smart answer would be to go with the Bills as
Yeah, and since there's 7 teams now, like unless one division is like head and shoulders above the rest, and they get 3 teams in each division, like there's going to be 3 divisions in with at least with 2 teams.
Right.
So it's like chances are the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. They'll probably be like 6 or 7, but they're gonna make the playoffs.
That's a fact. And based off the last season, just with the contract extension and the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, I think the Chiefs. I mean, they look like they're guaranteed probably about every year, and unless. I mean, well, they most likely look guaranteed because, they just won the Super Bowl. So I think, yeah, just like we said earlier, probably it's only between them and the Ravens that we can, clear-cut winners because Patrick Mahomes.
Pat's contract, though, is he's not gonna play all 10 years of that. They're going to redo that contract. Because if you look at it, the money that he's supposed to – because he has 2 years left, like the money that he's supposed to get in, like, 2021, I think he's getting, or no, 2022, he's getting this year. And the money for 2023, he's getting next year. So, like, eventually there's going to come to a point where, like, in the latter part of the deal, where he's not going to be getting any money because he's gotten it already. So they're definitely going to redo the deal, which makes me wonder why they signed the deal to begin with. Because it makes him like his agent was working against him for that money. Because it's a really big contract, but a lot of it is incentives. Like, you have to go to the AFC Championship every year, and they're great. I don't go to AFC Championship every year, go to the Super Bowl every year. The Chiefs are great. They're not going to go to the Super Bowl every year for 10 years. Like that's just not happening. It's like some of that money, like that 500, like that $500 million, that $500 million. It's not going to end up being $500 million. It's going to end up being like somewhere around 400 or something like that.
Right.
Sure. Yeah. Like 400, 450, 400. Yeah, 400, 450. Yeah.
Right.
Like the Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl though. Like that. Like that's not. They're going to make the Super Bowl next year.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, it'll be the Ravens, and if it's not the Ravens, it'll be like the Patriots or something. I don't.
What, the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
They lost too many pieces on defense, and
that was.
I put my money on Bill Belichick making it to the Super Bowl over if you have to pick a team in the AFC to make the Super Bowl, and the Chiefs and the Ravens aren't an option, you have to bet money on one of the other. What is it? 14 teams.
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't be mad if someone said I wouldn't be mad if someone said Buffalo.
Yeah, I think it would. Oh, okay. I think it depends. I think it depends on how they have to their path. 'Cause especially with the 7. I think the 7th seed now makes the entire playoff thing interesting. More so in the AFC than the NFC, because it's going to be the same 3 or 4 teams playing in the divisional round this year that it was last year and the year before that. It's the Seahawks are probably going to make it to a divisional game. Like the Seahawks are going to be in the divisional round. We might somehow make it into the divisional round. We'll probably see the Cowboys and then like the Eagles or like the Saints. The 49ers definitely aren't making it back to the division round. They're not even going to be making it back to the Super Bowl. But because they shouldn't have been there in the first place. They shouldn't have been there last year. But they're not going to make it back.
Yeah, week 17, that was some BS. we lost both of our
1 yard.
the prior 2 weeks before that, and we almost beat them by
If the Seahawks won that game last year and ended up being the first seed, I think either the Seahawks or the Packers would have been in the Super Bowl. And I'm a Packers fan, but I would have put my money. I would have put my money on the Seahawks making it to the Super Bowl over us.
Corner on Devontae Adams, bro. We would have won the game, and then we would have whooped the 49ers and went to the Super Bowl and got our ass.
Hey, as long as you know the outcome.
Yeah.
Oh man. Real quick though, since this is our first episode, we got some sponsors that y'all don't know about because I be working like that, you know. Our first sponsor is the Lotus Project. Lotus Project is a nonprofit organization. Their mission is to save the world in every way possible, whether it's a podcast, jewelry making, toys, music, clothes, or games. The Lotus Project's variety of expression allows the philosophy to be universal. The philosophy is to promote selflessness, a higher level of care, and more effective way of communication with each other. To many, that sounds almost impossible, if not impossible. But that won't stop us from achieving it. That is from the Lotus Project, because they love us and we love them too. Now, since we're talking about the playoffs,
well, we kind of still got some extra stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was trying to go into the rookie conversation.
Oh, Tua's gonna have a better season than Joe Burrow. I'll bet all the money to my name that Tua will have a better season than Joe Burrow. You guys.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do? Oh, we can make a bet at it. Oh, we can
make a bet wagers now.
I think Tua is going to be in a better. I think Tua is in a better situation than
offensively, or
I think
like
Tua's in a better situation overall than.
And you got to look at the rookies that got drafted with Tua, and then the rookies that got drafted with Joe Burrow. So like the Dolphins, they had 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
Right.
So they got Tua, O-lineman, and I forget the other pick. He might have been a defensive player.
Yeah.
And then you look at, I mean, the Bengals only had 1 first-round pick, obviously the first overall pick. But then you got to look at the second round, third round. They mainly drafted offensive players like O-line and receivers.
Facts.
I would say I think the reason I'd go Tua over Joe this season is not because of talent, because Joe Burrow's talented. I would say Tua has the better coach. Like Brian Flores is a better coach than what's his name?
Who is the Bengals coach?
Zach Taylor. First-year head coach as of last year.
Yeah, so like Brian Flores is a better coach than Zach Taylor. I would say if AJ Green plays this season, which last season he only played like 2 games? He played 2 games last season.
Yeah. So
if AJ Green plays the full season, then Joe Burrow wins in that department because he's got better help.
Right.
I just think, like, in terms of the grand scheme of things, I think the Dolphins last year were a better team than the Bengals last year. And, like, not just because of their record, because, like, they're just, like, a better – like, they've got the better coach. They've got, like, the better all-around team. Even though they lost – who was it? Who'd they lose to the Steelers? Minka?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost probably the best player on it. They lost their best player on the team, but, like, the Dolphins are still a good team. Like, they're still – well, they're not great, but they're not terrible either. I would have the Dolphins winning more games this season than the Bengals. And if you would like to bet on that weekend, I have the Dolphins winning more games this season than the Bengals.
Winning more games?
Yeah, I think they'll win more games.
I don't even want to bet on that. I'd rather just take the risk on who's having a better season.
Well, what would you define as a better season? Like, you're looking statistically, or are you just looking overall at how they
statistically?
So you want to go stats. So Joe's probably going to throw for more yards than Tua. I'll give you that.
I mean, Tua might not even start for real. He might get redshirted, especially since they still have Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's true. Tua's probably not going to start week 1. He's going to start. He's going to be a starter by the time we get to week 4, I think. And the reason I say that is because, like, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a really streaky player. And I think, like, even if he doesn't start week 1, he'll get the start by, say, week 3, maybe week 4. But he'll start more games than not. I'm willing to make that. I'm willing to bet that if Tua plays this season, he will start more games than he does not. Like, there's 16 games. So, yeah. That's kind of a hard bet to make if he goes 8-8. But, yeah, I'd say he start more games than he doesn't. Yeah.
I can't beat you on that one. You got me right there.
About some other rookies, maybe receivers.
I don't even want. You know what? I don't even want to talk about rookie receivers because we should have drafted a rookie.
Facts.
This was the deepest wide receiver class probably ever, if not in recent memory.
Y'all didn't take a single one.
And we drafted Jordan Love. Not to say that Jordan Love isn't good. Like, Jordan Love's a good quarterback. But we have Aaron Rodgers right now. We were 13-3 last year. We were in the NFC Championship. And I get it, like, the front office thinking, oh, yeah, we were in the NFC Championship with the team that we had, which means we can make it. No, we went like 5-6 weeks without our best player, Devontae Adams. And our wide receiver core is hot garbage. And instead of drafting, and it's not like there wasn't a wide receiver on the board. Like, there were several wide receivers on the board when it was our pick. So it's like, not only did we not draft a wide receiver, but we traded up to draft a quarterback.
And then y'all took another running back.
And then we took a running back. We don't need a running back. We don't need a running back. We need a wide receiver. We need an offensive lineman, which we did get an offensive lineman. I've never seen him play a snap of football, so I don't even know if he's good or not. But
wait, who?
I don't even know his name because he was drafted. I think he was drafted in like the third or fourth round or something like that. I think.
Oh no.
I don't even want to talk. You two can talk about our receivers. Charlton, y'all got which I got. Y'all got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, Bryce up there. Y'all got Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. Y'all can talk about wide receivers all you want because we don't have. All we have is Devontae Adams and whoever I forget who it was, but whatever wide receiver from the Panthers that we signed. Was it Devin Funchess?
What's his name? Yeah, Devin Funchess.
Yeah, Devin Funchess. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, he's not good.
He's not good.
He's so mid.
Good.
So
we got
God,
Devin Funchess. We got Devontae Adams. We got.
What's the dude with the long last
Lazard.
We got Alan Lazard. We got Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And I think we still have Equanimous St. Brown. I'm not sure about that one.
Equanimous.
It was Equanimous. Wow, man. There's Equanimous St. Brown. I think we still have him, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I don't want to talk about wide receivers because we don't have it.
Let's talk about never mind.
Talk about what?
The Skins.
The what?
The who?
The Washington.
You mean the Washington
football team? Yes.
Did you see their tweet? Did you see their tweet about their uniforms? They tweeted.
Yeah, they're keeping the same colors.
They were like, "It's the uniforms for us." Like, who's running their Twitter account and who approved that tweet? Let's talk about the Washington.
Dan Snyder.
Chase Young is going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's probably also going to be Rookie of the Year, if we're being honest. He's probably going to win both. He'll probably win both. You don't think so? Chase
Nah,
Young was the best
bruh.
player in the draft.
Yes, he was, but the team he went to is terrible.
Yeah, but the Redskins are somehow better than the Bengals. Somehow. Like the Redskins aren't as incompetent as the Bengals. Like they've got Ron Rivera, who has a championship pedigree. Like he played for who did he play for? The '85 Bears, which is probably like the best team to ever play football. He played for them. He's been a coach for a long time. Terry McLaurin had a great season last year. Like yeah, the Redskins are better than the Bengals. I would say that Chase Young is probably going to be Rookie of the Year. I'll make that bet with you. If you don't want to bet with me, Joe or Tua, I'm willing to bet that Chase Young wins Rookie of the Year over Joe Burrow.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll bet you a can of soda.
Okay.
That's great. One can of soda. One can of soda.
Coors Light.
We can be like Skip and Shannon and bet cases of Mountain Dew.
They never get. I don't know. I'd be so confused. I don't keep
We
up
can
on
bet
how
cases
many.
of Mountain Dew.
I don't even drink soda for real. So we pass.
I don't either. We can bet some apple juice. I don't know. We'll figure it out. What else we got?
I feel like we kind of summed up everything NFL wise.
Yeah. Oh, do your awards.
Well, not the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Who's winning what? And who's going to the Super Bowl? Who you got?
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Let's go on the NFC first. Let's get this out the way.
Were you trying to do seeding or just?
No, we're not seeding. No, we're not.
Yeah. Let's just say what teams. Just
go. Who's going to the Super Bowl and who's going to win, and why? Yeah. And try not to pick your own team.
That's not happening today. I am picking.
No, you're gonna pick the Seahawks because I know you're gonna pick.
Jesus, this is gonna be.
Do you pick the Seahawks to lose the Super Bowl every year since 2013?
No, I don't, bro. I picked them not every year because some years we had a really trash ass team, bro.
But today just makes it different.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not even that. Well, kind of, yeah, but
yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you got Jamal Adams.
We back locked and loaded.
Are you
ready for it?
Are you?
Yeah.
Is Jamal Adams a top 5 corner in the league?
Safety.
Good corner. He's a safety.
I mean, safety. Is he a top 5 safety?
Yeah.
He's top 3.
Top 3.
Oh, okay. No, I know. I just wanted to see how.
Okay.
I mean, he might be the best. Like, he might be the best, depending on who you have up there. No. Wait, no. Like, real quick, who you got? Who you got better than him?
At his position, or just the safety as a whole?
Like, just safeties
as a whole. Probably. I've always fucked with ET. Earl Thomas is one of the. Earl Thomas is one of the greatest.
Yeah, I'd say Earl Thomas is better than Jamal Adams, not by a lot. Because Earl Thomas is out of his prime.
I think Earl Thomas, he just way more.
He's just coming off a broken leg injury.
Yeah, so it's not like a major difference, but I would go Earl Thomas over.
He's just more experienced. He's just a little bit more.
Yeah, his IQ is much higher just because he's.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that because he's like a roaming safety, whereas Jamal plays in the box.
Right.
But, yeah.
Who you got in the Super Bowl, Mr. Walton? The boys and who? I know you're going to say the Cowboys.
Honestly,
you're going to say the Cowboys.
They don't deserve that. They don't deserve no prediction where they in the bowl.
After today, there's no way we should be making a prediction. I mean, see, that's the thing because in the AFC, I'm rocking with the Chiefs, obviously.
Yeah. But
then again, it's just like I said earlier, when it comes to NFC, bro, you just never know, bro.
Is this going to be the Saints year? Is this going to be the year they get over the hump?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're either losing a wild card again to the Vikings or some.
I think
play call in the divisional round.
I think we talked about this a few weeks ago before when we were doing our planning. With the way that the 7th seed works, with there being like 3 games on wild card weekend instead of 1. Like, the chances of the Saints playing the Bucs wildcard weekend is a lot higher than the chances of, like, the Saints playing anybody else wildcard weekend. So, like, if the Saints have to play the Bucs and they somehow win that game. I think.
Imagine the Bucks being trash though.
I think the hype around the Bucks
They-
is a little bit unwarranted. I think that's just my personal opinion.
You think it's unwarranted?
Yeah, they've got a great team, but this isn't like if that
Their
team
secondary is ass.
If they would have traded for Jamal today, that most definitely probably would have put them over the hump.
Oh yeah, that's much different. But like if you take that team, if you take the Bucks and put them in AFC, sure, I'd have them as Super Bowl shoo-ins over the Chiefs.
He's like Chris Conti.
But because the NFC is so competitive, and because you're goofy, because the NFC is more competitive than the AFC, and like NFC games tend to go like either way.
Right.
Like the Saints can be the favorites in a game and end up losing, or like whatever. I don't see even though he's Tom Brady and he's like supposed to be and he's like the greatest of all time. I don't see that. I don't see the Bucks being shoo-ins to the Super Bowl. I think it would be great if they make it to the Super Bowl. I don't think the Bucks are going to be in the Super Bowl. I don't. I didn't think the Bucks were going to be in the Super Bowl when they signed Tom Brady. I didn't think the Bucks were going to be in the Super Bowl when Gronk came out of retirement. I don't think the Bucks are going to be in the Super Bowl now. I think the Bucks can make it to the NFC Championship. I don't think they're going to be in the Super Bowl though.
I guess Brady, he just wanted one last run at it to go to a better team that has more weapons. And Gronk coming out of retirement just was the icing on the cake. But they still have problems fixing on defense.
Yeah, they have the best wide receiver core in the league. I would say. I don't.
You said they have the best wide receiving core.
Yeah. I don't think there's a team in the league that has a better. If you don't want to look at the whole wide receivers, I'd say if you want to look at wide receiver tandems, I don't think there's a team that has a better wide receiver tandem than Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I don't.
Right.
Yeah. So that in and of itself is great. But like I said, Tom Brady is not what he used to be. He hasn't been what he used to be for, I'd say, the past 2 or 3 years, maybe. Like he hasn't been. He shows up in big situations, but he hasn't been like a killer in like regular season games the way he used to be. So like, I don't know. I think they'll make it to the NFC Championship, if that. They're not going to win though. They're going to be. I think if I had to say right now who's going to be in the Super Bowl, it's either going to be the Seahawks. No, there is no either or. It's probably going to be the Seahawks. The Seahawks are probably going to be in the Super Bowl. They'll probably face the Chiefs, and it'll probably be like a 3-point game. It'll be like one of those like game winner type joints, like for the win type joints. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say Seahawks.
Buccaneers look like the type of team to do some weird stuff like that.
Huh?
Buccaneers is the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers is the team that you go against and look like you're going to have a one touchdown to win the game type of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brady gonna find a fountain of youth. Gonna score go ahead, and then you gotta rally your team back on some walk off buzzer beater 3 type thing.
Some lucky ass.
Is Brady gonna be MVP this year?
Who?
Brady, is he gonna be MVP?
No.
The only way Brady would be MVP is if he literally has to play out of his mind. Like
he got to throw 50 touchdowns.
Who's gonna be MVP? Is it gonna be Pat again, or is it gonna be somebody else?
I want to say Russ, but like he never has gotten an MVP vote in his entire career.
No, bro, they do.
He doesn't have a single vote.
Dirty.
No.
Are you serious?
Bro,
bro. Russ is one of the most. He's one of the most slept on running backs in the NFL.
I swear Russ has gotten.
No, bro. Look it up, bro. He has not gotten a single MVP.
That's insane. That's crazy.
No, that's some real that's some really disrespectful stuff.
I don't think Patrick
respect to Dak and Wentz, but they have MVP votes over Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can understand why Carson Wentz has.
It might be because of the hype of the player and like the situation that the team's.
I mean, like the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz was MVP. For like 13 weeks
he should have won MVP
until he popped the PCO, and he should have won. Yeah, he should have won MVP even though he was injured the last 3 weeks of the season.
He got 0 votes in his first 8 seasons.
That's insane.
I
don't think a quarterback is going to be MVP this year. I don't.
going into this season.
What'd you say about MVP?
I said I don't think a quarterback is going to be MVP this year.
I was going to say that, but I felt like I was going to be wrong, so I didn't say anything.
I feel like, I'm sure it'll probably be Pat because Pat is out of this world, especially since for a year and a half he hasn't been able to read defenses and he just be playing. So like, he can read defenses. He's probably going to be that much better. But no, I think Christian McCaffrey wins MVP this year.
Or Michael Thomas, the crybaby himself.
I don't want to hear anything about Michael Thomas and MVP ever because Michael
Thomas
Thomas
could ball, though.
Michael Thomas is a great receiver. He's not the best receiver in the league, that's for sure. And if you take any receiver, any competent receiver in the league, if you took like Devontae Adams or somebody and put them with Drew Brees, who's historically the most accurate quarterback ever, and you put them on a team that they're gonna have Michael Thomas numbers too.
Yeah, like Devontae, like when Devontae Parker and him was arguing back and forth on Twitter, he was like, "Imagine if I had Drew Brees, I'd put up the same numbers as you could." Yeah,
if you put any, it's the same thing. It's the same argument to an extent with like the Belichick thing. Like if you took Aaron Rodgers and put him on the Patriots, Aaron Rodgers would have 6 rings too, because I give more credit to Bill Belichick for the 6 rings than I do Tom Brady. That's just my opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. We would fight, but you can tell me that I'm wrong. But I think Bill Belichick should get more credit for the 6 rings than Tom Brady gets, because if you put Tom Brady anywhere else, he's not going to have 6 rings. He probably wouldn't even have 1 ring, depending on where he goes. So yeah, I think I don't want to hear anything. Michael Thomas will be a great offensive. He'll probably be offensive player of the year again. He's not going to be, even though I think Christian McCaffrey should have been offensive player of the year last year, though. That's for sure.
They got co-offensive player.
That's the dumbest thing ever. That's like when they used to do co-MVP. That's so how do you have a there's only one most valuable player. You can't have 2 most valuable players. That defeats the purpose of most. Then they're just valuable players. That's dumb. Speaking of MVP, is Giannis MVP this year?
Yeah, so they be riding.
Is it Giannis?
They be riding the Greek wave.
Bryce, is it Giannis or LeBron?
Bro, it's LeBron, bro.
LeBron deserves it, but it's gonna be Giannis.
There's no way it could be Giannis. If you look at the logic of how the MVP has gone,
they only give him an MVP vote. They're slicing him, bro, because he's 7 foot, athletic, and
he's a one-trick pony. He can't do anything.
Bro, he's a bigger Donovan Mitchell.
That's why. That's the exact reason why the Bucks could never go. That's why they can't go to the finals.
The Bucks aren't going.
Giannis can win MVP, but they're not going to the finals.
The Bucks is.
He's not a good playoff player.
When Russ won MVP, right? He had that triple double, and then he averaged a triple double for 3 more seasons, and he didn't win MVP again because he got old. Then James Harden won MVP, and he had a similar season last season and this season, and he didn't win. He won MVP. He didn't win MVP last year. He's not going to win it this year.
No, they should have given it him last season when Don.
He should have been MVP last year. Yes, he should have.
Bro, the MVP competition is like.
First of all,
it's like a popularity contest.
Exactly.
MVP should be decided by the players. I don't like that the MVP.
Bro, what?
By media members.
Yeah, why are we letting ESPN tell me that Giannis is MVP? Well, we're not doing that. Yeah, I don't want ESPN. I want to hear from people who's going against these players.
I mean, there are some media members that are competent. I wouldn't mind if Stephen A. Smith had a vote on who was MVP.
Right.
Someone like that. But I don't want some random guy from the Chicago Tribune telling me that
the weakest newspaper in town.
Oh God.
Yeah, why are you?
But now then they be voter fatigue. That's why LeBron's not gonna win every year.
LeBron,
if you prove you're the best player in the world every year, bro, you should win it. What?
LeBron should have 6, maybe 7 MVPs.
Bro,
7 is a
LeBron,
reach,
you can
but he
just,
should have
bro,
6.
you can tell the difference of skill when you watch LeBron and Giannis play.
Yeah.
Giannis'
Exactly.
arsenal of moves is like literally one. Like,
Bro, he do that little. He do that little.
oh my God, he's like
that little pump fake cheese. Then he slides you up. Then he drives.
Bro,
then
he takes the biggest Euro steps I've ever seen.
He takes
Euro
2 big
dunks, and then he do that little weak ass. Like,
bro, he does this. Bro, he does the same Euro step.
Do you remember that game when he got so hyped? He hit that whack dunk. It was like he started crying. I was like, bro, you got it.
Boy, you was
oh yeah,
Thomas,
put the crown on my head.
like never a king, my nigga. Like calm down, bro.
Bro, LeBron's just a different player, bro. He's literally the complete package.
Yeah, he's a different animal. Yeah, I
don't understand why. Yeah, I don't understand. It should be based off of skill, bro.
If you want to be serious, the year that Derrick Rose won MVP, I love Derrick Rose. I think Derrick Rose is great. Derrick Rose should not have been MVP that season. Like that should have been LeBron's MVP. Like he should have won. He should have gone 5 straight.
I just want to let you know, in the DMV, there's a lot of D Rose fans. They're gonna be on your neck.
That's fine with me. They can fill out comments with any. I don't care. LeBron had a better season. LeBron had a better season that year,
right?
Than D Rose did. Not saying that D Rose's season was terrible. Like D Rose did have a great season. I just think that LeBron should have at least 5.
And then he went to the finals and lost.
Huh?
Then he went to the finals and lost.
If Giannis doesn't win MVP, if LeBron doesn't win MVP this year, I don't think he's going to win another one in his career.
I mean, his career almost over.
Just let him win MVPs.
4 more years, LeBron.
Let him win MVPs so he can finish career with 0 championships.
LeBron has.
The only way he doesn't, if he decides to stay in Milwaukee, bro, he's winning no rings. Like
he's not gonna stay in Milwaukee.
That's everything.
He's not. I think.
No, I know he's not. I'm saying if he does, he's winning no rings. But if he goes to the Warriors or wherever else he decides to go, maybe the Heat, God forbid, but they might.
See now, here's the thing about Giannis going to the Warriors, though. I feel like with the player Giannis is,
he's not going to fit there.
No. Yeah, I know that, but Giannis is like, well, damn, I would be kind of put him up on the same stature as like LeBron, bro. Like I feel like if you put Giannis and you slid him on like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a team. I wouldn't say the Lakers. I mean, but. Just by that time, LeBron probably would take a step back by that time.
They need it.
Like Giannis is a worse passing version of Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is going to be on the. I know this has nothing to do with anything, but Ben Simmons is going to be on the playing at the 4 for the restart, and they should keep it that way for the rest of his career. I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry.
I didn't watch. They played today, right?
No,
or was it yesterday?
No, they played yesterday, and he was going crazy because he shot like 3 threes in the game. He made 1 miss. Like,
apparently, he's working with a sports psychologist, so he can.
And I seen that video on IG.
With a sports psychologist, they gave him like those ads on Instagram where they show like those flex shooters, and they got like those things that spread your. Yeah, he's been doing that to work on his 3-point shooting. I think it's stupid. I think
it's gonna take more than that.
I think they need to get a real point guard, and he should play the 4 because he's not a point guard. I don't care what anybody says. He's not. He's a 4. He's a point forward. He's not. I don't
like when players like Ben Simmons don't play their role on the team.
Why not,
bro? You are how tall is Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is like 6. He's like 6'7". How tall is
he? 6'10".
He's 6'10". Oh,
he doesn't look 6'6".
I would not believe that. I would not believe that Ben Simmons is taller than Magic Johnson. I wouldn't.
He is, bro.
I didn't know that. I thought he was like around like LeBron, like 6'7", 6'8", something like that. I didn't know he was taller than LeBron.
Yeah, Ben Simmons 6'10".
He's 6'10".
Yeah, but look, bro, you're 6'10". You're 6'10". Get in the paint. Don't leave me up the court.
Like I understand why his play style is like that, but you gotta expand your arsenal.
Is Ben Simmons?
You literally have to. You have to help your team.
Is Ben Simmons the key to the 76ers winning a chip? Or is it Joel Embiid?
Who needs to leave?
Yeah, like if you have to, like if you're the Sixers front office and you have to only
And I had to trade
have one
one
of them to win a chip. Yeah, who you
I'm
picking?
keeping Joel.
No,
Why?
I'm keeping Ben, bro.
Why are you keeping?
I'm not. Oh,
Big
wait, you can go ahead.
Well, why am I keeping Joel?
Yeah,
I feel like with the player that Joel is and the way that the NBA is right now, when it comes to how all the teams are modeled around, everybody's modeled around shooting. Not saying Joel's a consistent shooter.
he's not. His form is ugly.
It's terrible. But I just feel like as a team, I feel like with the way he played, if he was a more consistent shooter, it'd be a guarantee to go with him just for the fact that how great he is down low and offensively and defensively.
He's
And then
also
he'll
injury prone too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, he's injury prone. But if he was a more consistent shooter, you can say, oh yeah, he has a shot too, and it'd be easy to build. It'd be easier to build around a player like him.
They'd have a team like the Nuggets have.
But I feel like they can have. I mean, bro, look, and then, I think they might have a better team than the Nuggets have if they did something like that. Because then they can trade.
I mean,
because then they can trade Ben Simmons and get some. I mean, bro, people gonna want.
Who's gonna trade for Ben Simmons? And what do you?
I mean, the Warriors wanted them
in return
for the Raptors.
To the Raptors.
Who do you want in return for Ben Simmons?
Who's the Raptors going to give away for Ben Simmons?
I don't know, but they was exploring it.
The Raptors would be dumb to trade for Ben Simmons, though. Like, they don't need.
Yeah, no. Yeah, they don't need. It'd be better. But even if the Warriors did, it's like
Ben Simmons to like Phoenix or like.
See, and that's the thing about players like Ben Simmons. I feel like these young players, man, they're so close, like in friendship wise and relationship wise. Like, bro, they link with their homies, bro. Like, they go, like, if Ben Simmons asks for a trade, bro, wait, he real close with D'Angelo and Cat, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
But there's no, but Minnesota ain't got no assets to go get him.
He wouldn't get sent to Minnesota.
Yeah, they would have to trade one of those.
The only way Ben Simmons would go to Minnesota is through free agency because the 76ers aren't just going to send Ben Simmons to Timberwolves and get who? Jeff Okogie? Like, what do you?
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah. I probably. If he was a free agent, I could see him going there.
He'd go to Minnesota. He could go to Phoenix too. Yeah, like if he wanted to leave Philadelphia, those would be the two places.
I seen someone say that it just might be scrimmages, but the Suns look good.
The Suns do look good. The Suns aren't a bad team.
Devin Booker still need to leave though.
That's a fact.
He does need to leave. But like,
he wouldn't have to. I heard that.
He wouldn't have to leave.
He wouldn't. Yeah, if they build a good team around him. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the thing about like small market teams. Like, even though Phoenix has won chips, they're like they're like the Jazz, like the Nuggets. Like, people don't like top players. Don't
respect the franchise, but they just don't.
Yeah, like top players don't decide to go to Phoenix to play football. There's nothing in Phoenix but the Grand Canyon. Like, there's nothing. Like, people don't decide to just up and go. I'm going to go to Utah unless like an older guy like Mike Conley, and you're like looking. You still want to play basketball. And then but top guys in their prime, like Anthony Davis or something, like they're not going to go to Phoenix or like Utah or even Milwaukee. Like, they got to build their talent. And the Warriors, even though the Warriors are technically a big market, all their talent is homegrown for the most part. Like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they were all drafted by the Warriors. That's homegrown talent. You're not going to get stars going to Phoenix, stars going to Utah, stars going to Milwaukee.
That was a crazy run, by the way. I'm trying to interrupt, but I was just thinking about the Warriors run.
Warriors run?
Yeah.
I think
You see the top 50 teams on Bleacher Report?
No,
they were pretty high, right?
Stupid.
Yeah, like the 2017-2018 Warriors were number 1.
This is why I don't like Bleacher Report lists, because they're stupid and they're dumb.
Nah, bro, they did have a crazy team, bro.
They had the first Rockets finals team.
No, they didn't. The 17-18 Warriors?
Wait, yeah, who's in starting 5? Bro?
On paper, they had an amazing team, but like, was it?
I'm just basing it off the people that they have, bro. Like off.
No, yeah, I got you.
I mean, it was Curry, Clay, KD, Draymond, and
I wouldn't rank that team top 3 all time. I don't even think I would rank that team top 5 all time, honestly. Maybe they might be like 6 or 7. I wouldn't put that.
Is that the year? That's the year when
That's the year after they lost. That's the year after their 73-9 season they lost in games. That's the year that was KD's.
Okay, that's the year when they got so KD's first year. That's when KD and them grilled them in the finals, right?
Yeah. I think
it was a sweep, right?
No, I think LeBron's last season in Cleveland was the sweep.
Okay, so yeah, the one before that.
The one before that was what they would call a gentleman's sweep. It was 4-1.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they got swept.
That season they got
swept in the series the last year that LeBron was there, because that was when JR did that stupid thing with the clock, because he's an idiot. Yeah.
Right. Hey, he's a Laker now, so.
Yeah, 2017-2018 was KD's second season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was LeBron's last season in Cleveland.
I know, but you just said his first season.
Huh?
You just said that was KD's first. You said
I said KD's first season was the season after they went 73-9 and lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I wouldn't rank that team in my top 5 all time. I would put the 73-win Warriors first, the 72-win Bulls.
That'd be your team? That'd be the first team?
Yeah, the 72-win Warriors. The 73-win Warriors, I think, are the best team of all time. I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the 72-win Bulls. And then the other Bulls team that won 70 games. I don't remember what year that was, though. And then the year – I don't remember.
Is there a Laker team in the top 5?
Huh?
Is there a Laker team in the top 5?
Is there a Lakers team in the top 5? Yes.
Okay.
It was – what year was it?
2000.
It was one of the – no, I would put one of the – I think one of the Showtime Lakers teams are – like any team from that specific.
So 1980s Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, when they had Magic and Kareem. Yeah.
No,
and then the year that I think the Spurs won the title in 2000 when they had David Robinson.
Yeah, 99, 2000.
Yeah. That team is in my top 5 too. Yeah, those are my top 5 teams.
Yeah, bro. They had a squad
Lakers,
on a
I would
3
say,
team.
are 6. I think they're better than the 2017-18 Warriors.
You said who?
The 2000 Lakers are better than
Bro, the Lakers was stacked, bro. Shaq, Kobe.
Yeah, they would mop the floor with the 17-18 Warriors.
That's a fact. I don't even.
They didn't have anybody to handle Shaq. They didn't have anybody to handle Shaq.
That's why I hate the discussion every time I see people try to talk about Draymond talking about Shaq. There's no
that man averaged like 30-something points, bro.
Bro, Shaq was a force. Draymond's not a force, bro.
Draymond,
an annoying force.
Draymond is the 3rd best player on his team. Might even be the 4th best player on his team, honestly, depending on what year you wanna pick.
All right.
But yeah, I don't like it when Draymond talks trash, because Draymond. What has Draymond done? Like
nothing.
He's not even a Hall of Fame player right now.
I mean, he's won Defensive Player of the Year, but
I don't care. No, I mean that does mean something though. That means you can take it with a grain of salt that he won Defensive Player of the Year, but like he acts like he was a contributing, like an integral part of them winning a title when
it's not like he was.
He wasn't.
drilling like. No, I'm saying it's not like he was drilling threes and he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Right. Like he didn't do anything. Like he
John
didn't.
Green's mid. End of story.
So I'm gonna do this, even though you have to go soon. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this right now, and we're gonna start arguing. If the Lakers don't make it to the if the Lakers or the Clippers don't make it to the finals, who's gonna make it to the finals out of the West? If it's not the Lakers or the Clippers, who's it gonna be?
I ain't gonna lie, I got Houston. That small ball might actually work.
Why Houston?
So it's like they've been the only time they lost was against two of the greatest teams of all time. And now that neither of those teams are in the West anymore, it's like
that's true.
They let that game slip by. That could be. We can talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Oh man. We should have been in the finals last year. We should have a chip. We should have
exactly.
been. We should have been.
I
in the
believe
finals
it. If they got Westbrook sooner, they would have made it to the finals.
Well, it's you, Bryce.
I think the Lakers are going to make it regardless.
Well, yeah, but if they don't, who would you have going? Of course, you're a Lakers fan. Of course, you're going to say that.
Of course. Who would I have making it? I probably just might have to go with Houston, just for the fact that I feel like these other teams in the West, team they'd be like, oh yeah, this team's a sleeper team. They had a sleeper team because nobody talks about them in the regular season. You bring them up in the postseason and they're complete trash. That's like the Jazz every year, bro. I swear.
But the Jazz are not good, bro.
The Jazz are not good.
Look, the Jazz will end their season when in the high 40s, and people will be like,
and they get booted in the
sleeping on the Jazz. Then they run into a team that is way more hungrier than them, and then they get in there and they just put out.
As a Damian Lillard and a Rockets fan, I'm telling you right now, my biggest fear would be the Rockets playing the Trailblazers in the playoffs at any point.
I feel like people always see that's another narrative I don't like. I hate when the narrative comes up of, well, if you guys run into the Trailblazers, it might be a long night for the Lakers or whoever team goes.
No, it's not that it's a long night. It's just because Damian Lillard has gotten the best of Russell Westbrook.
Not like he ascends to another level when his team.
Yeah, see, that's my thing though. He needs to be doing that. Maybe because his team not.
Now he need another player to do that, not just him.
Yeah, right. That's what I was about to say. Maybe his team not built correctly because he not. I can't even see Dame leaving. But if he did leave,
Dame doesn't have like the personality. Damian Lillard's like Bradley Beal. Like they're really loyal. I think.
I don't even want to talk about him.
Stupid.
His career, bro. He's going to end his career as a Wizard, and he's going to be so disappointed in himself when he ends his career.
Exactly. Like he could have left, got a chip, then he could have came back to the Wizards. And
he could have had a LeBron
story right now.
He could have had a LeBron story.
Right. He could have had a LeBron story.
Go somewhere else, get a chip, come back to the Wizards, and get a chip.
I mean, he's not on the same level as LeBron.
But think about it. No, it'd be like
he could bring a chip to DC if they had the right team.
Yeah, I was about to say, he could have like the same LeBron narrative, but it wouldn't be as so much. He'll go through way more trials and tribulations than LeBron did.
Yeah, LeBron's trip was his story was relatively easy. Like not easy, but like in terms of like you knew when LeBron got into the league he was going to win a ring. Like that, it wasn't about. It was like a question of if.
Bradley Beal doesn't even have that same type of mentality.
It's like he had to go somewhere to learn, like LeBron did from D-Wade. He went to the Heat, learned how to win a ring, went back to Cleveland and won.
I don't know why he doesn't.
Like
the issue.
I really wish. I mean, the competition probably would have been beautiful, bro. Like if he would have went to the Nuggets, if Bradley
Beal went to the Nuggets, they probably would be in a better position to win the chip.
They have a better team than they would now if they had. And especially with
the Wizards,
they would probably offload Michael Porter Jr., maybe Gary Harris, and like a couple of picks for him.
But they didn't really. I don't think they would have really needed. I don't think they really would have needed to though.
What, to get Bradley? Nah, it'd be an upgrade.
Well, I mean, being as though. Well, I think the other thing too, though, is I think Brad's going to be a free agent next.
No, he took.
Nah,
He got extended. That's right.
Yeah, he got an extension. He don't become a free agent until like 23.
Yeah. The issue with the Wizards is not that they don't have a good team. It's that they don't have a good team because they're paying John Wall to tear his Achilles falling down the stairs. That's why they don't have a good team, because he has all their money and he's been on the bench for a majority of the last 2-3
John Wall?
Yeah, John. He's been on the bench for a majority of the last 3 seasons, getting paid.
I can't discuss him.
You can't?
No.
Why not?
Because he hurt himself.
It's like he had so much potential.
He had a lot of potential.
How long has it been since he's touched an NBA floor?
He played last season.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Did John Wall play last season?
It must have been preseason, because I don't remember seeing him.
No, I remember seeing him I remember seeing he got hurt. I remember seeing him come back. I thought he was some weird twists in his hair. I remember him playing last season.
I thought he was back. I thought he was hurt back-to-back years.
Let's see. But I want to say he played last season. I think he did, at least.
If he did, he did. If he didn't, no, for this season.
Yeah, he played December 20. He played the day after Christmas, 2018. Yeah.
Last time. Okay. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember we were in like some like barbecue joint, and I looked up and he had like these weird worm twists.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, who let him do that? Yeah, he's played. It's been 17 months since he's played, but he's played basketball. Yeah, he's played basketball. He's played basketball. He hasn't played good basketball. He's played basketball. He's not good. He's like, I don't understand how people have him as a top 5 point guard. Like,
they're idiots and they're probably Wizards fans.
Bro, yeah, I'm about to say they're Wizards bias.
John Wall.
There's no walk. Yeah, there's no way you can think John Wall's top 5.
I would say the last time John Wall was a top 5,
probably like 2016,
was the year that the Wizards could have made it to the finals, to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they didn't, because they went out to party the night before they had to play the Celtics, and then Isaiah Thomas dropped them. It also didn't help that Isaiah lost his sister, and he dropped like 57 on her head, and that made it even worse. Yeah, the Wizards. There was a time when the Wizards could have been like the best team in the NBA, and like it was like a serious discussion of like, could they be the best team in the NBA? And then John Wall got hurt.
It's like what's crazy to me is like a bunch of the teams have what the Warriors put together. Like they have 2 good guards, and then the rest of the team is kind of like trash. Except the Warriors found a semi-gem in Draymond that the other teams don't have.
He's not a gem. He is.
I said semi, bro.
No, he's not even a semi-gem. He's not even a semi-gem. He's not like a guy that I would like rely on in the clutch. Like in the clutch, he's not a.
Of course not.
A gem is like someone that I feel like, even if you don't have the ball in your hands, you're gonna do something that's gonna benefit our team in the clutch. Like,
no,
Alex Caruso is a gem. Because when LeBron's not on the floor,
I'm telling you, bro, you have to tell Charlton.
Make stuff happen.
Bro, here we go, bro.
Bro, Charlton, bro, he be
like Alex Caruso.
Bro,
I do not be
hating,
bro. He is trash.
He's not trash. He's a competent player. He's not terrible. He's competent.
I be telling him, bro. I be telling him he's decent.
You don't think?
Bro, all right, I give him that. He's okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not saying he's great. I'm saying he can get the job done. Is what I'm saying.
At a very low ceiling.
Charlton
doesn't like anybody that's not wearing green.
No, that's not true, bro.
Bro, James Harden is his favorite player.
That don't wear green.
Bro.
James Harden is his favorite player, bro.
Exactly, bro. Like, how am I hating?
All right.
Yeah, well, James Harden can't not be my favorite player. He's like, he's James Harden.
Favorite player.
That's a fact. Your favorite player.
I'm your favorite player. Remember that.
You're not. You're not.
I don't even know who your favorite player is, but hey.
Jason
Tatum. Is it LeBron?
Player, honestly. Jason Tatum.
JT?
Yeah.
Nah, bro. JT a different animal, bro.
I do not condone this.
You don't
condone that.
What? I've been a fan of Jason Tatum since he was drafted. What are you talking about?
I do not condone that.
You don't get to accuse me of a bandwagon fan.
Hey, you're on my team, bro.
So
I can do what I want.
You like a player on my team. What are you talking about?
Hey.
So you can do it, but I can't?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's insane.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's insane. Your favorite player can be James Harden, but my favorite player can't be Jason Tatum. That's
your favorite player can be Rui Hachimura.
On that note, guys, this is the
end of the first episode.
Signing out.
Thank you for joining us.